Hi, fire signs. This is a collective reading for Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. If you have Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius anywhere in your birth chart, this is your reading. It is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. You know what is for you and what is not for you. I do like to start the reading with some smudge. I've been drying this juniper. Thank you. And three chimes to bring in positive energy. Let me see if I can adjust that leg just a little bit. There we go. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the fire signs. What would you like the fire signs to know or to be aware of during or for this reading? Again, my name is Greta. I am an intuitive reader. I do look at your horoscope. I look at other planetary placements to get a good idea of the energy that is surrounding you at this time. But first and foremost, I do rely on my intuition. It is my intention during this reading that you also learn to listen to your intuition. And just, I think that the horoscope and tarot is a wonderful way to vet or to verify our intuition. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. What would you like the collective to know or to be aware of during or for this reading? There are major breakthroughs coming in for you. And it is my hope that during this reading, we can kind of help you get set up and get ready for some of those major changes that are coming in. We are getting ready, or we are ending the Mercury retrograde. We still may be feeling a little bit of that energy, but things are really going to start picking up and moving rather quickly for us as we get into September, October, and well into November, depending on what your zodiac sign is. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. What would you like the collective, the listener, to know or to be aware of? Thank you, Spirit. Oh, and two cards came out. Let me just line these up. I do like you to have a good view of the cards. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. Let me move those over just a tad. There we go. Because we have that 10 of Pentacles. We don't want to miss that 10 of Pentacles. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. And the foundation, the basis of your reading this evening is the King of Wands, mastering our intuition, really harnessing our fires, harnessing our desires in order to achieve that major success that's coming in. And that is backed by the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords, inexperienced words. Someone has spoken some words, or someone's action has left you not trusting them. This is a person that is younger than you. And when I say younger, it doesn't necessarily mean age wise, it's talking about someone that is not as mature and does not share the same degree of wisdom as you do, has left you feeling guarded. It's like they have said or done something that has caused a level of mistrust. And you're trusting and you're following your intuition. It's almost like they just don't move right. You know, they're just not moving right. And let's see how that plays into the rest of your cards this evening. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective of Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. If you have Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo anywhere in your birth chart, this is your reading. I am a live person. If at any time, or excuse me, I think it works better if when I'm done reading the cards on the table, if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask that question in the comment section. I will answer that question and maybe pull a card or two for you in order to help you find clarity on a question that you may have. Many times you will find that the answer is given during the reading. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the listener. And we start off with the Tower card. And the Tower card is talking about a change, a shift, a sudden change, a sudden shift. And this is a shift in your reality, but it's going to require your quick thinking, as is demonstrated here by the Hierophant card. The Hierophant card is a quick thinker, knowledge, wisdom, and that is followed by the Two of Cups, which is a new partnership, a healing working relationship, and maybe some travel, moving into the future, following our passions, following our desires. You know, your quick thinking is going to save the day at work. Someone has spoken or someone has done something that has given you a second look, has given you pause. And that is, again, reflected in the Tower card. They have really made a large error, a costly error. But your quick thinking is going to save the day, or you have saved the day. You know, what's that old saying? Um, the mother of invention, or necessity is the mother of invention. But if it were not for you, this whole situation would have not worked out as well as it has. You're the one. And everyone is on edge because of this. But you are the healing, you are the glue, you are the fixer here. And it's your knowledge and your wisdom. And this knowledge and this wisdom, it's almost like street smart. It's like you know exactly what it is that is needed to handle this situation. There's, thank you, Spirit, messages for the collector. Messages for the collective. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. But you saved the day. And in your home life, in your love life, in your personal life, we start with the legacy wealth, the 10 of Pentacles. And this is more than just the stuff, it's more than just the money. Followed by the Justice card. And this is a legal adjustment, a legal justice, a legal agreement. And the Wheel of Fortune, karma. There is something legal wise, because, and then we have that King of Swords, which is contracts, agreements, legal contracts, legal. Okay, thank you, Nis. Thank you for asking that question. And yeah, I do readings, and at the end of the reading, when I'm done with the reading, I do open it up for questions. If you would like to wait until after the reading, I will be very happy to help you draw a card and on your boyfriendness. Thank you, Spirit. Messages. And so is there, this really looks like an inheritance or a distribution of property, but something that is yours. Thank you, Ness. Something that is yours, that is legally binding. It's almost like maybe there was a will, maybe someone left you some personal property, but someone has left you something. Or it could even be for some of you a court case settled. Maybe there was some type of accident, uh, and that was random, that was fated, but that contract, that agreement, that legal issue is coming to an end, and it's coming to an end in your favor. It could be maybe there was a divorce or a separation of property, and it looks like you are getting everything that you asked for in this agreement, in this. Oh, no. And so at this time, I do not have a pay option. I do not have a pay option. I think you can go to my website and make a donation, but at no time do I ever charge for readings. I operate on donations only. And so I honestly, I am trying to get my view hours up so I can get that donation button. So really just keep watching. And if you do have a question at the end of the reading, I will draw some cards for you. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Yes. And so I guess when I started initially doing readings, I think that a good reader will only charge you if they're able to help you. Not all readings are meant for a person. And sometimes, even when we're doing one to one individual readings, we're not always able to connect with spirit. We're not always able to connect. And so, if for whatever reason we're unable to connect, I don't think that we should charge for that. Thank you, Spirit. So, yes. And so, again, I'm almost done with my reading. When I am done with the reading, I will be very happy to answer questions. Thank you, Pardeep. And so, we're talking, yes. And so, it's a distribution of property, and it's a sizable amount. It's legacy wealth. But again, anytime I see the 10 of Pentacles, it's very important that we know that when we're talking about legacy wealth, we're talking about the non-tangible items. We're talking about the invisible. We're talking about the lessons that we have learned. We're talking about the memories that we have. We're talking about things that we can build on, like our passions, our desires, our feelings, what it is that motivates us. And it's even like the little lessons that we learned when we were coming up, the little lessons that we've learned from our grandparents, our aunts, our uncles, and all family members as we were younger. And we've learned those lessons, and they help form us into being who we are. And without those lessons, without that hidden wisdom that was gifted to us when we were younger, we would not be able to achieve legacy wealth. That is what I'm talking about, the non-tangible, the invisible. And so here I see you having it all. So you do get the physical of something that is legally a court case, a settlement, a distribution of property, an inheritance that just seems kind of random, because we have the Wheel of Fortune here, but it is coming out, and it is coming out in your favor. It is coming out to in your favor. And it's just going to add to the legacy. It's going to add to the legacy that you're able to pass on to the generations to come. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. And I love that we have the High Priestess card here. And the High Priestess card is really the achievement card. It's like we're achieving, we're receiving with little or no effort because we have set the environment to manifest. Followed by the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is being on guard, being protective, being on guard and being protective of our passions. It's almost like, again, we're talking about the foundation of who we are. It is what it is that motivates us, what it is that keeps us going, our calling, our life's mission. Followed by the Four of Swords, taking a rest, taking a break, taking time out to consider. I believe after you receive this settlement, this court case, whatever it is, after you receive what it is coming in for you, it's going to give you time to rest. It's going to give you time and the ability to reflect on everything that has happened. And I don't know if it's everything that has happened over this Mercury retrograde, but there's been a lot. There's You know what? This is to prepare for what is to come. And that is followed by the Eight of Pentacles, which is we're in the zone. We're focusing on what it is that we would like to do. I love this. There was major change, major chaos. And because of this major change, major chaos, it's caused this legal issue, this settlement. You receive this settlement and you're able to do wonderful things with this settlement. And probably the most wonderful thing that you're going to be able to do as a result of this settlement is really align yourself with your life's purpose, your life's calling, what it is that you are passionate about, what it is that you are on fire about. You know, sometimes, and I think that that's why we have this Four of Swords, sometimes making it happen is agreeing to part on good terms. You know, you can discuss money and assets after September 2nd, but I do believe if you wait until after September 2nd to make any agreements or to talk about agreements, everybody is going to be more agreeable and things are going to work out in your favor. And that is the reading for the collective. If you do have any questions about any of the cards on the table or anything that I talked about, do write those in the comment section. And I see a couple of you did have a question. And so, Nis, you did have a question. Thank you for being here and thank you for being patient with me. And so, Nish would like to know if her boyfriend is coming back or not. Thank you, Spirit. Messages. Is Miss boyfriend's coming back or not? Does he still love you? And so, Nish, I'm shuffling, and this shuffle is for you. But while we're waiting for your card to come out, can I ask, how long were the two of you together, and how long have you been apart? Okay. And so, Nish, this is the card that came up for you. And, you know, this Fool card is really about new beginnings and fresh starts. This, Nish, this is your chance. This is your opportunity to have a fresh start. Yes, and so, thank you, Nish. And so this, when we see yellow in on a tarot card, that yellow is happy. That's yellow, yellow like the sun. And we see the Fool, and the Fool has everything that they need for this journey. Nish, I will say no, I do not believe that your boyfriend is coming back to you. I do believe that this is your opportunity to have a fresh start. This is your opportunity to choose a life of your choice. And Spirit is indicating and letting us know that you have everything that you need to make a fresh start. It's time to not pine over the past, it's time to look for the future. You are going to be able to experience happiness without him. That is why we have this Fool card. But again, that happiness begins when we let go of people, places, and things. And by letting go, we allow ourselves to start a fresh new beginning. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collector. And Pardeep would like to know if Jody will come back. This card is for Pardeep. And we'll try to keep it to a simple yes or no. Will Pardeep come back? Yes or no? Will Pardeep's partner come back? Yes or no? Card. Oh. And again, we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is at a pause, which is at a standstill. No. No. And so this card is for Pardeep. And it's when we look at the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles is the only knight that is not in action. If we look at the steed, if we look at the horse, we can see the horse is at a standstill. It's almost like a block. It's almost like a wall. And so again, this is telling me most definitely no. But what we want to pay attention to is look where that knight is looking. He has that pentacle, but he's looking right past that pentacle, and he's looking right towards the big picture. It's time for you to look to your future. It's time to look to your future, Pardeep. Thank you, Spirit. Hi, Ashy. Thank you. Welcome to my channel. Okay. And any suggestions from the universe? Oh, you are really opening yourself up, Shardada. The universe has a lot to say, but let's see if we can pull one card for you. Let's see if we can pull one card for you. Thank you, Spirit. One card. What does the universe want Shadar to know? What does the universe want Shadar to know? Oh, kind of almost got one. What do they want Shadar to know or to be ready for, to be prepared for? Anytime I'm thinking of the universe, I think, love is the answer. We're here for love. And most importantly, I think we're here to learn how to love ourselves. I think out of everything for most of us, learning how to love ourselves is the most difficult. Thank you, Spirit. One card for universe. What would the universe like? Oh my gosh. We're going to get just that perfect card for you. What would we like? What would the universe like? Is it Shodarda? Shodarda? One card for Shodarda. Thank you. Thank you for keeping it light. Oh my gosh. Let's see if okay. A lot. A lot. The universe would like you to know that there's a lot in store for you. And when I, what an interesting card. So when I look at the Seven of Cups, why I call that a lot is we can see in each one of those cups, there's something different. And then we also see all of these clouds, and these clouds are filled. They're not even transparent. It's just a lot. And it's so much stuff that we turn into a shadow. And so, Spirit, I think this is going back to what I was talking about is self-care. Self-care for you at this. Yes, Brian, you can please ask a question. Self-care is important. You at this time perhaps you're so worried about stuff. You're worried about other people's feelings. You're worrying about um, the physical, the tangible, and worrying about what other people are saying, what other people are doing. You're just worrying about everything, that you've lost track of yourself. And again, it goes back to self-care, self-love, and the hardest lesson that each of us many times needs to learn is self-love. And many times when I'm doing a reading and people are asking, do they love me, will they love me, the first thing about receiving love from another person is we must first learn how it is that we would like to be loved. And we do that by learning to love ourselves and learning to fill our own cup. It is only when we learn to love ourselves and fill our own cup with love that we can fill other people's cups with love. And then that is what the universe reflects back to us. Thank you. Thank you. And so this is Brian. You know what, Brian? I think you missed the first part of this reading, but these cards here in this reading most definitely were for you. You might want to go through at the end of this reading and rewatch this reading. But yes, yes. In this reading, Brian, we were talking about legacy wealth. We were talking about the Justice card. We were talking about the Wheel of Fortune and the King of Swords, which was a contract, a settlement, or an agreement. And this agreement is something that was kind of like random. It was kind of like fated. It was kind of like karma. But a fated karma-like event caused a legal action. But I do see it working or coming out in your favor, Brian. And again, Brian, if you wouldn't mind watching this reading from the entirety, you might even find more clarity. But most definitely, these cards definitely came out for you, Brian. Yes, and Bob, I would be very happy to pull a card for you. Thank you. And Brian, I would thank you. I appreciate your subscriptions as well. And I also invite you to watch your weekly zodiac sign reading. Um, these live readings are designed to go hand in hand and to help you find clarity. When you look at your weekly zodiac reading, it is a little more in depth than the collective. The collective sometimes can be a little bit too general for us. Thank you. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate this. And this shuffle, this card is for Bob. Bob Howe. A card for Bob Howe. Source, universe, what card would you like Bob Howe to receive? What would you like him to know or to be aware of? What is the card for him? Thank you, Spirit. Oh, and look at that. What an interesting card. We're getting some really interesting one cards. And so the Seven of Pentacles, if we look closer, we can see that we're looking back at the harvest, at all that we've done, and really wondering, has it been worth it? Has all of the effort, has all of the work, labor, feelings, emotions that I put in to work or put into a situation, has it really been worth it? Has the juice, is the juice worth the squeeze, so to speak? And I don't know. Bob, maybe you're the only one that can answer that. Let me pull another card for you. So, has the juice been worth the squeeze for Bob? That's a silly question. Has the juice been worth the squeeze for Bob? Let's see here, Bob. That was, maybe we can get to a simple yes or no. That was, has the juice been worth the squeeze for Bob? Yes. Yes. And why I say yes is because we have the Nine of Cups. And so the Nine of Cups lets us know that the banquet is set. The banquet table is set. The feast is ready. But what is really kind of coming to thought for me right now here, Bob, is look at the person guarding the table with his arms crossed, with sitting almost in a defensive manner. So, yes, the it's been worth it, Bob. You have everything. The banquet is set. But we're a little bit closed off. We're not open to either receiving or not open to sharing. And so whatever side of that coin you're on, Bob, it source, the universe is saying, relax, open up and share. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. One card for career. Thank you. One card for career. And that's going to be interesting. Let's see. One card for career. What is the one card that you would like for Asha? Thank you, Bob. Thank you. Please tune again and some more of my live readings, and do watch your weekly zodiac reading as well. Thank you. And so a career card for Shy. Is it a Shy? My pronunciation, there was almost a card. A career card for a Shy. Career card for a Shy. Oh, and it's a green card. So we have the Four of Pentacles. No, I did not forget you. This is your card, Ashai. I was going to say, yes. And I'm trying to think, was it the college student? But here we see the Four of Pentacles, which is a gift coming in. So it's like your career is not your first choice. It's like it's not exactly what you wanted. It's not exactly what you planned. but it looks like it's good, it's positive, it's a gift, but it's not exactly what you wanted. It's not exactly what you planned. I do not do private readings at this time. I will pull a card for you, Dishka, Deka. I will pull one love card for you. One love card. One love card. Oh, and two cards came out. Two cards came out for you. And so we have the Nine of Pentacles and the Emperor card, which is a set, it's a pair, is Deksha. Are you male or female? I see a younger female and an older male. Thank you. And so I see your partner as being older than you, quite possibly your partner may have been married or may have been in a very serious relationship already and may even have a child already. And yes, and so these are the cards that I pulled out for your love reading. It looks like your partner is going, he's older than you. And has he been married or does he have children already? And it looks like he may even be um, very, is he an Aries? He may be an Aries. The Emperor can represent an Aries, but for the Aries, they're very work orientated and are more concerned at this time about making money and securing a future. And so I think at this time maybe they are not spending as much time with you as you would like. Okay. Yes. But I also see that this does have the possibility of being a good match. And why I say that, I think that you are going to have the ability to multiply or double whatever your partner provides to you. I see you are very fertile, you're very loving, you're very grounded, and you're very connected. And because you are very connective, you have the ability to manifest. And as your partner brings into you, as your partner creates, I see that you're going to be able to double or multiply whatever it is that he brings in for you. Thank you, Spirit. So, PM, this is a general collective reading. Um, if you watch the reading from the beginning, you might be able to have, you will be able to have a general collective reading if you tune into my channel for your weekly zodiac sign reading. You can have a free general reading there. If you PM, if you do have one question, do write that in the comment section, and I will be very happy to answer that question for you in the comments. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. What would you like the collective to know or to be aware of? And why I'm waiting to see if PM is going to write a question in the comment section. Again, Mercury retrograde is coming to an end. And as Mercury retrograde comes to an end, things are really going to pick up this fall. Well into December, things are really going to be moving very quickly for all of us. And so this was kind of a quiet time. This was kind of a slow time during Mercury retrograde. And maybe for some of us, it might take us a couple weeks to sort out all the damage that Mercury retrograde has done in our lives. But it's going to get pretty busy and pretty hectic. Yes, thank you. Yes, and thank you very much for tuning in. I do hope that I'm able to connect with you in more of my live readings. I do invite you to visit my channel and watch your weekly horoscope reading. And you have a pleasant evening.